Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Hex Assists coming to you with a different video. So if you haven't seen it already, go over to GAMEbytheBEACH, his YouTube channel, and check out his latest video. Last night himself and I, we went for the Corsair Infinite Waves Challenge. So this is the latest thing that's going through Royale at the minute. So there's a lot of points that he really correctly identified in the tactic here, but I wanted to go over my spin on it. Traumatized by the run last night. It was absolutely awesome, but yeah, frantically trying to help in Discord while Garrett was just on his own playing after I got disconnected was frustrating, to say the least. But we'll go through the tactic, we'll go through why it works, and we'll also go through is it fact or is it fiction that you can go for unlimited waves completely AFK. Excuse me. So yeah, that was the thing on the Facebook video that Muck and I saw originally. It was stated that this was completely AFK. You could go forever, basically. And in GAMEbytheBEACH's video, Garrett said it's because of the percentage damage that is done by Corsair, and that is absolutely spot on. It's to do with the nasty bombs, basically. So the fixed damage on the normal bombs is fine, but what really does the damage and what really scales and allows you to go really high levels on the Corsair co-op tactic that we're discussing now is the fact that it does a percentage of the health. And if you can obviously stack enough of those, so as you can see here at sort of tier 7 and maximum level, it's 6.5% from the current health. So if you've got enough of these stacked up right at the start line and in the whole of your lane, you can instantly kill bosses for fun. I'm going to show you some gameplay in a minute, which will show you exactly sort of what happens. I'll show you how to set up the board and everything like that. But yeah, the Corsair combined with Executioner, the golden squares from Gadget, some of the equipment that I used. I'll go through all of this with you just to fully explain the tactic, and then we'll discuss whether or not it is fact and fiction. So yeah, percentage. But let me show you first the actual deck. So the deck is Corsair, Executioner, Knight Statue, Harlequin and Portal Keeper. So Harlequin just to copy the units, and then Portal Keeper to arrange them and also get rid of the Harlequin debuff, damage debuff that goes onto those. We are using a level 20 gadget, so with that comes the golden squares. So these golden squares basically double the bonuses that you get from gadget as a whole. So you get a 39.5% damage increase, you get an area damage of 1500. You also get an attack speed increase of 30% and a critical damage chance of plus 5%. And any unit that is on a golden square has double that. So you have like an 80% damage increase. You have a 60% attack speed increase. You have a 10% critical damage chance. So this is where, when people say that gadget is so OP, when you get the golden squares, which you can get from level 15 up, it's absolutely insane. It is a game changer. It's almost a break-in change, because all of these stats, which are already huge at level sort of 10 to 14, suddenly get doubled, which is absolutely insane. So the idea here is very much the same as Kool-Aid's PvP deck, is that Corsair will do the damage and Executioner will finish everything off. But obviously we've got the Knight Statue that's going to increase our attack speed even further and our critical damage chance as well. So all of these things compounded together help these things. Now, to go into the equipment that I used for this run as well, so I've also got a spear, which increases the attack speed of my units again, so even more. And especially on this spear, we've got the Dark Domain and the Technogenic Society buffs as well. So Executioner and Technogenic Corsair will get that attack speed boost. And also on here, I chose the Mage Robes basically to give Garrett and another player who I'll speak about in a minute more mana, so as they could spam me and get my board up level to where it needed to be. So yeah, that's the units. That's the equipment that I used, and gadget is really, really key that you get the whole board golden. And actually, I'm not going to show you. I'll show you at the end what happened. Let's go through a myth bust. So, the sound is gone now. From now on, it's going to be just me talking because this is recorded gameplay from earlier. And as you saw, if you've seen Garrett's video, it's extremely long. And the run that I did again today to try and correct my mistakes from last night and really see if this was infinite waves was to go ahead, do it again, and improve on the mistakes that I made. And I definitely did make some mistakes. So let's open up my gallery. And I'll just show you here. So basically, I put in the guild looking for someone to partner and do this Corsair tactic. So Handy very kindly replied, and we went into game. So I'm just going to let this play in the background. He had the absolute genius idea of also putting in Clock of Power, which again will increase the attack speed of my units, and even more so when he merges the units. So Handy from Royal Star, absolute genius stroke to even more sort of compound that and get the Clock of Power involved as well, so as we could boost it even more. But as you can see, this is just me setting up the boards, summoning the units. Luckily, we've got a couple of gold ones floating around already. But if I just sort of fast forward a little bit, you can see this is what we're doing to try and build the board. So the idea is that you have 4 Knight statues, you have 1 Portal Keeper to help move everything around, and you have 1 Executioner, and you use Harlequin to get all of the units that you need. I struggled a little bit to get all of the units, but we did get there eventually. If I just skip forwards a little bit. So yeah, I kept getting Portal Keepers and stuff like that. Have we managed to get the board right yet? There we go. So the board, all of the units that I've got, I need, and I ask him now to start sending Shamans across. So the idea is we've got the 1 Portal Keeper, 1 Executioner, 4 Knight statues, and then we've got the 9 Corsairs. So there is a little bit of luck involved here in where your amulet squares lie and things like that. But there's your general principle. That's the makeup of the board. So if we fast forward a little bit, so he's just spamming, and all the time I'm dropping my gadget skill. As you can see, we're filling up the board with gold squares. So we keep going. So I'm waiting now to get everything up to maximum sort of level, so as I can start moving everything around. But as you can see, already the bombs, like the attack speed, is absolutely insane. So this tactic, even at wave 34 with, I don't think I've even got 1 maxed out unit. They're all like tier 4 and 5. A couple of tier 6s. But yeah, at this stage, even now you can see the attack speed of the bombs is insane. And I could tell you when I was actually playing this, it looked like my phone was shaking because the bombs, the lines looked jagged. because it was lagging so much. So let's just fast forward a little bit more. So we haven't quite got everything up yet. As you can see, we're at wave 56. So he's still spamming. So here we go. I think we're just about there now. Yes, we are just about there. So I've just been shuffling all of my units around with the portal keeper. Let's just go back a little bit so you can see that. So we are almost all maxed out. Let me just wait till that Corsair is maxed. There. Okay, so the Corsair is maxed. We've shuffled everything around. So I've got my Knight statues all in the right place, so they're hitting all of the Corsairs. It's not important that you have Executioner and Portal Keeper affected by a Knight statue, so you can have those out of the way. Just make sure that all of your Corsairs are on your amulet squares, and you've moved your Knight statues around so as it affects every single one of your Corsairs. And as you can see from this, the attack speed is just insane. Like, you can hardly see the units. We're full gold, all maxed out, and basically we're chilling. You can see the dust that the bombs are hitting on the floor more than you can see the actual bombs. And with this sort of saturation, this is what makes sure that right at the front, right next to the portal, you get that real stack of nasty bombs that are going to do the huge amounts of damage to bosses, especially Tribunal, which is the one that's going to ruin your day. So this accounts for Tribunal, Puppeteer that will move your units around, Bedlam that will flip you. So all of those ones that can cause you a lot of pain will basically just get melted straight away at the gate. As soon as they come out of the portal, bang, that's them dead. So yeah, I recorded this up until 200, and we were going absolutely fine. Let me just stop here. So yeah, this is wave 196. I had to stop recording because, as you probably saw in this video, my iCloud storage is full. So I've got to delete some of these longer videos. But yeah, I stopped this recording at 200. Hamdi, unfortunately, had the same problem as I did last night and got disconnected shortly after this. But I was able to carry on, basically like this. I thought it would be infinite, but now we get to the point of the myth busting. Is this really infinite waves? I can tell you now, it is not infinite waves. Not with complete AFK. So there we go. I'll just show you us getting to 200 and us absolutely nuking the boss. So we were getting damage in the millions by the end of this. Like 2 and 3 million nasty bombs were just hitting straight away. But let me go ahead now and show you what I wanted to show you. So this is where we actually managed to get to. So this was me at wave 400. Just on my own, as you can see, Hamdi's board is completely clear. So Tribunals and everything have got rid of that. Tribunals, Warlocks have completely cleared his board. But as you can see, my units have been taking hits for quite some time. That is Tribunal every time. I didn't get flipped by Bedlam. I didn't get hit by Warlock. I didn't get moved by Puppeteer or anything until about wave 300. And then things started to go a little bit pear-shaped, and there wasn't really much I could do. So I just left it completely AFK just to see where this would get up to. As you can see, this was 400, and we actually finally died on the Warlocks at 404. So new personal best for myself of 403. I'm not sure if Hamdi managed to get it. I know when Garrett got his new personal best last night, I did not get it, so I was still stuck at 128. So this is a huge leap for me. So yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant tactic, but I think in order for you to go a long, long way further, your support would still have to be playing. And as Garrett said, when you're concentrating for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I know some people, when there were previous sort of workarounds and issues with co-op, that were playing for like 10 hours and things like that, and it's just absolutely crazy. And in order to get the world record, you'd need to be playing for probably almost days. But this was a really fun experiment, and I think if you've got the cards, or you know someone that's got the cards, and the gadget at level 15, I would definitely encourage you to try it. You are almost certainly going to get a new personal best out of it, so why not? But also, I would say get it before they nerf it. Normally, when things like this have come up, they've done some sort of nerf to limit how far people can get, because obviously they don't want people getting to the thousands and tens of thousands and stuff like that. But so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, whether or not they look into gadget, and whether or not her mechanics need to change, or whether or not they look into Corsair, and the nasty bomb dynamic needs to change, or whatever. But that's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. But it's not true infinite waves, unfortunately. You would still need a support to, as Garrett said, just do a little bit of housekeeping, just keep your units topped off. And I'm sure you could probably go a hell of a lot further. But yeah, I'm sorry to say it is not infinite waves, but you do a hell of a lot of damage. So almost 40 trillion damage done by Corsairs. And you do get an all right amount of gold. That's with the guild buff of almost 100% extra. So almost 60,000 and 400 tokens. So not bad if you can just leave it AFK. Because I mean, once you get your board set up, and once you get all of your golden squares down, then you are basically just good just to leave your phone and let it run. If you've got someone that is willing to support while you're AFK, then that's great. You could probably go a bit further than where I got to with Handy. But yeah, there we go. That's it. I just wanted to go through the tactic because it's the new hot news at the moment. How to set up the board, what units to use, what equipment I used, and things like that. And basically just say, unfortunately, it's not unlimited waves. But it is pretty damn good. So yeah, give it a try. This is Hectassist signing off. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, follow, whatever you want to do. And I will see you again very soon.